This is Michael Cassidy. Thanks for coming to our channel. Please subscribe to us if you enjoy what you hear and see on this channel. I want to talk to you about being successful in the hairstyling business. Okay, these things are not easy to do. These things I have a battle with also that I'm going to tell you about. Some of these things I'm pretty good at. Well, not smoking, I don't have any trouble with that, but now stay away from smoking in your business, in your place, and especially while you are cutting hair. I went into a business, girl had her, she was talking on the phone, she had her headset on, she had her cigarettes in her hand, and she wondered why business was slow because she was smoking. Keep it about hair cutting. This is where I have trouble at. I write songs, sing, I've sold things on eBay before. I have trouble staying in one place. I have a car lot over here, but the guys run that car lot, I don't even mess with it, but sometimes I have to sign checks, do things, but they want to keep it about one thing. And Gunsmoke, if you remember, Gunsmoke was about one thing, him going out, Matt Dillon going out and getting the bad guys, and before it was over with, they had to shoot out. He always won, and it was only, it wasn't about marrying Kitty, it wasn't about kissing Kitty, it wasn't about no romance at all, it was about going out and getting the bad guys. And that movie was successful because it stayed on one topic. And that's the way it is in business. You need to stay, and this is my hardest thing that I do, stay on your topic, which is cutting hair. If you can do that, you're better off. You're going to keep your business. They want to hear about cutting hair. They want you to talk about fixing their hair right, and they want you to see. They want to see you fix it right, and they want to trust you and believe in you, and keep your language right. Keep your conversation right. Keep respect between you and that person. That's what makes America great. Is there's a little bit of respect left in America between some of us at least. Not everybody in the whole. Remember their names. That's hard to do. That's another tough one. You remember it sooner or later if you'll keep quoting it to yourself. Maybe write it down when they tell you, and keep calling it out during the time when you're cutting the hair. Because if you ever walk in business, it's hard to be able to remember people's names because they don't give you appointments. So they come in, you forget their name, you're ashamed to ask them again. You get around 50 years old, you're not going to remember like you did when you were younger. Gossip. Stay away from gossip. It kills. Gossip kills. And most of it is not even true. Half of it's just, it might be some smoke there and might be a little fire. But you're telling the wrong story. You're telling the wrong story. You're not telling the correct story. It's always mixed up. We had it all mixed up. A guy blew this girl up down here, and it was the little young girl down here. Guy went down and there's a bomb planted in the car, and there was a love affair or something going on, and the guy got killed. We had the people mixed up, and we was telling the wrong story, and we didn't mean to do it, but it was mixed up. And that's what's going to happen with gossip. You're never going to tell the truth. You hear such and such, you hear that. You're losing respect. The people are losing respect for you. Give them only what they want, and don't try to go extremely short because you're going to get in a situation where it's going to be a harder haircut for you to finish. Do something that's pleasing to them, and more than likely, and everybody has a battle with it, but more than likely you'll get it. Don't try to give them their money's worth as far as a short haircut unless they ask for a real short haircut. Try to stay away from cutting it too short. Try to get a pleasing hairstyle. One fellow went to the barber shop and he says, well, you can't cut it too short. So the guy immediately showed him he could cut it too short by buzzing it off. Your barber's got to have a little common sense. You got to have a little common sense when people talk to you. Give them only what they want. Do not make them talk to you. Do not probe them for questions. One fellow said he came in, he felt like he was under FBI investigation. Well, he might not want you to know where he came from. He might be have a situation in his life that he don't want to talk about, doesn't want to talk about. So he may be a past criminal. You never might have got out of Folsom. We don't know. Don't talk to him. Don't probe it out of him. Don't pull it out of them. Don't make them talk. If they want to rest, let them rest. Get used to working at 12 o'clock. That's my hard part. 12 o'clock. I tell people, do not come at lunch. Our girl called me yesterday. What time can I come? I said, any time but lunch. Well, guess where she was at? 12:30. She came walking in the door. That was like saying come at lunch. But right then I could get right to her at that particular time. But most of the time, like yesterday, day before yesterday, I cut 2 haircuts that morning till 11:30. Nobody came. Then at 11:30, everybody and his mama came to get a haircut. And I had to cut straight through. I cut 24 haircuts by 5:30. 24 haircuts by 5:30. 22 of them was after 11:30. So, good business and enjoy the business. I love making good money. I enjoy my work. I enjoy coming to work. I dread the day when I'm too old to get up and come to work. I want to be able to, I enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm sure you do too, as a barber or a hairstylist. Basically the same thing. I was a hairstylist, did everything, and I changed over to master barber where I could train people in the shop, and had to do the faded haircuts and things at the state board. And we didn't train with clippers. We didn't even, and if you went to barber school 35 years ago, you probably wouldn't hardly picked up a pair of clippers a lot of times. You'd been trying to learn how to cut hair with scissors, razors, thinning shears, doing those things like that. Get used to working at 12 because they're going to wait till 12 to come. They think you're a barber machine, okay? They think you're a machine, and they're going to get in on you on lunch break and get a haircut faster. People are just that way. One woman, I said, don't come in lunch. Well, I fare better coming at lunch. She's retired now. She come in. I said, yes, you're getting my lunch break. That's why you fare better. I'm trying to slow down and eat. And you need to eat. You need to keep your mental health right. You keep your attitude right. But they do come in, just don't even hardly say anything because they're going to do it anyway. Matter of fact, the last 2 times I got a haircut, I was out doing my other little business I do on Wednesdays, and my gun business. I have had gun machines for years. That's another thing I'm into. And just going around on Wednesday, went to my cousin's shop, and it was right at 12. I didn't realize it was 12, but I let her cut my hair. Then I went to another place I was checking the machine. I let that girl cut my hair during 12. So it's easy to get to the barber shop at 12. It's not good, but it's easy. Keep good tools. You know better your tools are. Get you a good pair of Andis Master clippers, or whatever you want to use, but make sure you got guards with it. I like the Fast 76 Oster. I've used those. I've used the big black clipper, the fast feed, the one that hard drive clipper. I've used those, but I just prefer right now the Andis Master. They have good clips that snap on good and tight. They don't move up and down. The 7 or 8 different guards with it, I can really get a faded haircut with it. Keep good tools. Keep them clean. Keep it some good spray. You clean. You won't have the bumps on people's head if you'll keep spraying. You'll keep cleaning. You won't have those little bumps to pop up. Keep your tools clean. Let that last haircut of the day be just as good as the first. That's not easy. I got a little note up on the wall in there saying, listen here, my best work today. I'm telling myself that. I'm not telling them that. I'm telling myself my best work today is what I want to do. So it's not easy. This work is not easy work. It's fun work and enjoyable work, and it pushes up. And I was so stressed out. The other day I had the flat top haircut I've cut many times on here, and I had 3 or 4 sitting there waiting. Just had cut 2 women's cuts, real lengthy cuts. Thank God for a buzz or something in between, and then you got all these people waiting and waited an hour on you. And you got a flat top to do, you got to shave the sides. But it turned out good. Then his daddy wanted a haircut and he wanted his face shaved. But we didn't get around to doing that. But he said, don't worry about it today. He was so busy. And it was right at 12. And so I was stressed out pretty good with it. But it worked out okay. If they go to another barber in the shop, don't run that person off with an attitude you'll have. Let them go on over there. You do your best work. You're not going to cut every one of them as good. Somebody's going to come along, just got out of school, is going to cut a haircut better than I do. I mean, they're going to have a certain haircut they do better than I do on them. There's nothing to be. That personality fits better with that barber. They can talk. They can figure out what they want. Don't be upset about it. Don't run them off the shop, out of the business. A lot of times people do that. A lot of times people do that. They get an attitude. And when they come back after they've been gone, don't give them an attitude. Some of them just go because it's closer, it's faster. It's where they're at right then. They're able to get a haircut there faster. And just like there's an older barber, maybe they might want to go to an older barber. They're older people. They want to go to somebody older. They want to go to somebody younger. So when they come back, don't be upset with them. Do your best work on everyone. Find out what they want. Talk to them about what they talk about them and their talk about their family, their issues. Remember things about them where they work at. Remember things about their family. If you can do those things, these things will make you successful. Stay on, just like Matt Dillon. Stay on your course. Stay on what your vision is cutting hair that day and doing a good job. Stay on your vision. Now, they won't talk to you about what you're doing in your life, but if they go to talking about their life, you listen to them. You don't stop them. You talk to them, and don't just disagree. You don't have to even disagree enough much at all to get somebody not to even come back to you. You know, and I'm a Christian. I go to church, but church people, they're the worst ones. You can disagree with them, won't let them talk. You say a different side of the opinion, and you'll never see them again. You don't have to be mean to them. Just have a different side of the opinion. It's not wrong. It's just a little different way of looking at it. And oh, you won't see them again. Because, you know, it's just personalities. I know a guy got out there one day, I opened at 9, he got out there about 8, and he was waiting on me. I got here early that morning. Well, all I did was just tell him, you know, I don't usually come here. I went ahead and cut his hair because I was here. I said, just remember I open around 9. I usually don't get here quite this early. Well, after that, I never saw him again. I reckon I made him mad. I didn't say it in a mean way. People have got their feelings on their sleeves. Don't forget that. People wear their feelings on their sleeves. And you don't need to wear your feelings on your sleeve. And that's what can happen to you too. Sometimes happen to me in my business. So you do the very best you can with your work. Enjoy your work. You've got one of the greatest jobs in the world. If that's your niche, if that's what you're calling. It's like a great artist, okay? Somebody that draws beautiful pictures. I got a niece that's good, and I know a guy over here that's famous. He paints the race cars and some of the big trucks. He's great. He can never get away from his calling. He's too good at what he does to get away from it. There's no way he can walk off from his gifting. He's painted stuff on movies in the United States you've seen. Different things he's painted for them. He's great. He's probably 70 years old now. But he cannot get away from his calling. He's too good at it. You cannot get away from your calling if you're good at it. I could make better money out there doing, maybe selling cars. But I'm too good at my calling to walk off from it. I feel like this is a calling, you know, and I get out and I share the gospel, but I don't feel like I'm supposed to be out there full time. I feel like I'm supposed to be right behind that barber chair. I get out singing. I've had gospel music all over the world. I had some different love songs we did overseas, #1 songs. A couple of them over the Netherlands were #1. And all of them basically got in the top 40. A lot of them were in the top 10. But I wasn't called to go out and do that. Called to stand behind that barber chair. I got a lot of different things I enjoy doing. You see these 300-something videos we got on here right now that we put on, and if I think of something in the video, I'm going to throw it on the video, throw it on the net, let people see it. But you can be successful in hairstyling business. Keep your prices reasonable. Don't go up every time you breathe. You're going to lose business. You're going to lose business. Keep your prices reasonable. If you're not busy all the time, keep your prices reasonable, and it'll help. But if you keep going up, you're going to lose more of that business. Because people, $1 to a senior citizen is like pulling chicken's teeth. You know, they don't want to get rid of it. You know, and chicken don't even have any teeth. In other words, so you're in that situation with that. But keep it reasonable, but don't underprice yourself so much that you can't make a living. Just like right here, everything's paid for. You see my business is paid for. Daydreaming about buying another place, but I said closer to town. Some days I got more than I can do here. A lot of days. And but enjoy what you do. It'll pay off for you. It'll make you a living. We appreciate you. I'm Michael Cassidy. Thanks for coming to my channel. Please subscribe to our channel if you enjoy it. Thank you so much.